business continuity means, and then we've had different definitions which are all right. So besides it encompasses all the planning, all the steps that need to be taken to ensure that an organization can resume their operations, even in the occasion that there are incidents or disasters, and we expect that they are able to recover back to their operational state within a very short period of time. Before, can you hear me audibly? Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So it also talks about all the alternatives and all the contingency plans. All the contingency plans, even based on different risk scenarios that can ensure that the organization recovers in the event of disasters or emergencies. And so that's why we want to consider the 5 layers of business continuity. And they serve as the contingency plans, or should we say the alternatives to service delivery, so that if there's a disruption, we can get the organization to their optimal operation in the shortest period of time possible. All right, so we have 5 of them. We have the strategy, the processes, people, technology, the facilities, and the maybe office. So we have 5 of them: strategy, processes, people, technology, systems, and the facilities and the offices. So when we talk about the processes, we want to know what the alternative processes would be if the primary ones, if they fail. What happens if maybe the actual process as documented maybe in our SOP, we want to know what happens if that fails. Okay. And then the people, what do we do when maybe the champion resigns, or the person is sick, person calls in sick? What do we do? Are we saying that if this key person is not available, then the organization would have to pause their operations just because maybe the HR is not available, or maybe the key person for a process is not available? So what measures do we have in place? And the thing about all of these contingency plans is that they have to be tested. You have to have tested and validated that there's an active or working succession plan in place. Now, for the technology, what should we do when maybe the server is down? What happens if the router goes off? What happens if this laptop is stolen? God forbid. All those things are not they are not strange. We heard of the fire outbreak on Otedola Bridge. Was it last week? What happens if a whole office gets burnt? Are we saying that the organization runs to the ground? Are we saying that they will now be out of operations, they'll be out of business because they lost their their facility? So these are the very important layers of business continuity that must be well planned and well put in place to ensure that all of this works. So for the strategy, so you want to make sure that you have alternative strategies in place in case one fails. Okay, you already, we expect that every organization you have strategies in place for every scenario. So, but what happens when one fails? What should we do? What are the plans that must be implemented to sustain our critical functions? And whether we like it or not, there will always be more critical processes than the others. We are not trying to undermine what everyone does, but some will be more critical than some others. So at least, even if you cannot continue total operation, there are some key processes that must function. Even in that case, during the COVID-19 what's it called? When the COVID-19, we know that there were some businesses that could not recover, and if